Hello crafters! This is Suzanne from A Creative Muse, and I'm here with the tutorial that should have been aired over the weekend, but things happened, and after the Steals and Deals video, which I will definitely link here because it's a fantastic sale, everything got busy with life. How many people does it take to buy my mother a TV set? Apparently 3. We had to research to get her a new TV. It was all sorts of drama. Then the AC started to leak. Anyway, we are here now with the cloud tutorial. I will show you all the items that I used. Thumbs up for that. So if you want to make it exactly like how I did, and once you see me blend it, it's pretty easy. This beautiful cloud does work with both the July Kit Club, the Christmas in July Kit Club, and the current Halloween Kit Club. I'll link that video here because you still have time to subscribe to that club. Christmas in July, that will appear either later on this month or early next month, okay? In the past Kit Club if you wanted to get something from Christmas in July. Alrighty crafters, let's get into this video with this beautiful cloud tutorial. Let's get started. These are the supplies that you're going to need to make the beautiful night sky. Yay! So I had said before that it was Cascade color wheel cardstock. It's actually Celestial. So we're going to start off with color first. Why do we do that? If we start off with white cardstock, you're going to be blending all day. And I get pain here, so I like to start off with a base that is color cardstock. But you could do this with any color. You could start off with this light pink and build. All of these are the 48 colors of Spellbinders Color Wheel cardstock. I'll link my video here and you can see all the colors. But this pack that I'm using is Celestial. You can buy this pack individually, 8.5 by 11, 10 sheets in the pack. Now I do like to cut this larger than an A2 panel. A2 is 4 1/4, 5.5 inch. I do like to have a little wiggle room because I always put a die on afterwards to know what my A2 panel will be. So I use my trimmer and I cut out 4 3/4 of an inch wide by 6 1/4 inch tall, just to have that wiggle room in terms of using the stencil. For the stencil, I'm using Lawn Fawn's Slimline Cloudy Stencil. This is a 4 by 9 inch stencil. So this is a slimline one. I like this one because you get a nice array of the bouncy clouds. There are 2 styles of clouds in this. You can purchase this at scrapbook.com. They sell out from time to time, but the last time I talked about this, it was in stock. There is the lightly bouncy cloud, and then there is my favorite, which you can see I've used over and over again, the super bouncy cloud. That's what I used on my 2 examples. Super bouncy. Love the bounce, and I do love to have a little valley here in the start. With that valley, I put the sentiment here, or that highlight naturally occurs with that little dip. So it's normally right in here is where I normally use, or flipped on this side, right in here for the valley, okay? So this one I use sometimes, but this is the winner, for me at least. If you don't want so much bounce, then you can go ahead and use this, but I like the big bounce. For the inks that gives this beautiful blue night sky, this one has a little bit of black and this one doesn't have the black. I'm using Altenew Fresh Dye ink. This is available in a quad, 4 in a pack. You can also get the full size round inks. This ink, I'll put the name of the quad that it's in and I'll link it below. Crafters, I'm detailing and linking everything below. The colors you're looking for in particular to get this look is Nimbus and Dark Night. The other 2 colors that come with it are actually quite nice too. Let me show you them. This is in a Tailored Expressions tray storage thing, which I don't really love, so let's not talk about it too much, okay? This is the quad. Misty Morning, Cloudy Sky, Nimbus, and Dark Night. These 2 are too light for this cardstock. This is very close to this actually, so you wouldn't see anything. These are the colors that you need to use on this, okay? So I'm going to move that quad out. If you buy the mini inks, they come in quads. I don't know if they sell them individually. I always like to buy the 4 because then you get that gradient, and it's a good deal too. It's $14.99 for the pack of 4 mini inks. If you buy the larger ink, then I believe that's like in the $40 range. I don't buy them often. My budget, I'd rather get the volume of inks than buying the big large ones all the time because it becomes very pricey. One color will have many different tones and colors too. So to start off, I take the stencil and I look for that valley look, which I might go with this side. The nice thing about having a slimline stencil is that you can do this, you can do this. I think I'm going to go right about here. You're going to have to repeat this. You start off with one color, blend the whole thing down, then you come in with the other color. If you want to make it even darker, more contrast, this is a third blending. I'll show you in a second what I mean third blending. Take your ink, and crafters, I'm using an ink stand here on the side, okay? Because it'll just hold everything for me if I can get it off. There we go. In real life, I don't use the ink stand often. In real life, I just go like this and go. So let me just go with how I do it in real life. Now I'm going to turn it at an angle. Now I'm not going to take this down because I'm going to keep moving it. So I'm going to do it by hand. If you know that you're going to shift it a lot, you can use, if you have the Glassboard Studio Glass Craft Mat, which you can get 15% off using the code Suzanne15. Look below in the description box because I'll have this in other supplies. I could also do this too, which I don't really do, but I could, where I would hold it on here because this is a magnetic glass craft mat, okay? And then blend on so it doesn't shift. But I generally just go with my hand. I'm going to stay about here to get that valley look. So I always start going from top to bottom. I don't go bottom to top. If I was doing like a grass layer, sometimes I'll do it that way. Bottom to top for grounding. If you go like this, and then you go like this and go like this, it's going to be too tight. So I like to spread it out, which is less blending for you. Here I am using Spellbinder's large blending brush. It comes 2 in a pack. This is your best friend for something like this, okay? You don't get a lot of pain, especially if you have like arthritis in the hand or carpal tunnel. I get that much ink, bring it down to about here, and you can tap or just do like what I do. Come in like so. And you see what's happening? Just from that, just from the blending. You see how it's naturally creating that highlight? And I blend it in circles like so. That's it. See how you get the natural highlight? Easy, easy, easy. Now, when I come in with that second layer, I look at the highest hump, and I don't want it to match perfectly. You don't want it to be like this. This would be a repeat coming down. So what I do is I shift it. The highest hump would be here. You can also do like this. Sometimes I'll do it, but I'm going to keep it this way just for the ease of the video. You can also flip the other way, but watch down here, that's wet, that you don't transfer it with your hand, okay? I could go like so. That's kind of interesting. So then what I would do is wipe this. I'm going to take a paper towel. Normally I use Bounty. And then just wipe the ink off. I'm going to put that high hump here, okay? I'm not going to stay like this. I have to go like this. That's just my natural way with my hand, is like at that angle. And I'm going to go like this, ink it up real good, tap, and then come in again. Space out the layers for this, okay? But hold that stencil. If you're going to do it like how I'm doing it, hold the stencil steady. Don't let it slip too much. You can tap it like so and bring it in. There. Cute. Next layer. Out here is going to be hard, but let's just have some fun with it. So you see how the high hump is here, high hump is here, hump is going to be over here. The high hump. I know it sounds strange, but that's the only way I can describe it right now. I can't think of another word. Sorry about that. Ink it up really good. And this will last you a long time, okay? I haven't re-inked any of these Altenew inks. Any of them. Now you notice how I'm not going all the way up there. This is actually just a natural color of the cardstock. You can also blend in on the sides too if you wish, around here. Look how pretty that is. Now for the bottom, I don't use this. So I'm coming in like 4 layers. On this one, I did 5 layers. Here I'm doing 4 layers. This one, I did a little bit more. See how I'm doing the bounce? Just depends on what mood you're in. For this, I'm going to do the 4 layers because I already started it that way. I'm going to go like this. So I removed the stencil and you're going to blend in this way for the bottom piece, okay? Just naturally come in. So pushing in, I'm pushing in like this. Pushing up, pushing up. Not all the way up. Don't come up here. Leave that natural so you get that natural highlight. And coming in like so. And I'm actually using the ink that's here because it stays wet on the glass craft mat. This is your best friend. If you could treat yourself to something, if you don't own one, if your budget is tight, go for the smaller size. Go for the 14 by 11, I believe is the size. I love the 13.5 by 18. I'm filming on the 18 by 24. Crafters, I own all 3 sizes. That 14 by 11 or 12, that's the one I use to travel with. Goes with me everywhere. It even went to Germany with me in my suitcase. Yes. 13.5 by 11. That's my natural at-home crafting size. And then this one I love the 13.5 because on the sides I can put things down without hitting it on here. You don't want to be slamming your scissors on this. Okay? Look how pretty that is. Done. So that's the first color. Now we're going to come back in again because we have the second color. But this is looking pretty good. But you want that depth, right? You want to have that look. This is from the Christmas in July kit club. This is from the current kit club. So this one has the next color, which is Dark Night. This one has the black on it. So let's talk about Dark Night now. I'm going to wipe this up a little bit. You know, all the getting ink everywhere is going to be in my fingers and everything. I love this too because you can clean this with isopropyl alcohol. And I have a lot of isopropyl alcohol. Stay like this. All right. And I'm going to clean this off. I don't normally do all this cleaning and all this, but because I'm talking and doing it, I don't want to accidentally make a mistake because I'm thinking, talking, and doing all at the same time. Multitasking. Okay? So now what you want to do is match this back right there. I'm using where it says Lawn Fawn forward. You can also flip it over if you wish. If you do flip, clean this first before you flip. I normally just rotate and go. Okay, but you want it to pretty much stay clean because all this ink would transfer. And what you want to do now is go right up to it. I'm not going to tape it down. I could, but I'm not. I'm used to doing it this way, so I'm going to stay with how I'm used to doing it because it's more comfortable to me. And I do come in at this angle. So now I'm using the Dark Night. And I have to keep the nails down so they don't turn blue. My faux nails. All right. This is a beautiful navy color. You can use Distress ink or any other ink that you have. Some Gina K ink too. Concord and Night. I'm not sure if they have dark navy blues like this. And you're going to come in like so. Picking up that ink. You see what's happening? And notice how I'm doing it in a U shape. And still leaving up here. Look at that. Now, if you get a double line because you shifted a little bit, cover it up. Cover it up with a sentiment. Cover it up with a gem. Cover it up with the image. So if I had just a hair of a blur, cover it up. I had a blur like right here underneath Santa. Oh, I covered it up. It happens. Here I am now lining up the stencil again. So a blur would happen if I left it like this. Okay? Let me show you what a blur is. I'm going to purposely leave it like that. So you see how I'm not fully covering it? I'm going to do it like this. That means that I don't have it aligned. You're going to see what the blur looks like, okay? Ink it up real good. Little bit of a tap. And I'm going to hold. I'm going to keep that side perfect and the blur over here. And then come on in. I am right-handed, so I always come in right-handed. Oh, look at this color. It's so pretty. I think this with the Celestial. Look how quick that is. You see what happened right there? See the blur? See how it's clean? See the blur? With that blur, that's where you can put something on it because you can't fix it. Once you do that, you can't fix it, okay? And then I think down here, did I flip it down here? Yes, I did. All right. Now, I'm not going to clean that part because I just don't feel like cleaning it. So I'm going to come like this and you just play with it. Look at it. Bring it in. Hold. Come off of it. Ink up your brush. You can double check it again too. And then I'm going to come like this because I do this all the time. As I say, like when I think I just shifted. There I go. And come on in again. So I like to come in on both edges. Like so. I don't want to come in too heavy on the right side, which I normally do. And then I bring this up and come on in. Done. See? Now for the bottom, we're going to do the same thing again. So you're going to see this on some future card because this is good. This can work well. And I blend in here. Same U shape again. You see? You push. Push it up. Push it up. Push it up. Push it up. Push, push, push. Pretty. And you can also come in here if you wish a little bit more. Done. Stopping right here. This is this. And then I put in some splatter too. I might have come in even a little bit deeper with the Dark Night. I know I only used the two colors. I didn't use black. Now we're going to go into bringing on a little bit of black, which will give you the contrast. Black or dark gray will give you that true contrast. Sometimes you want it, sometimes you don't. With the Christmas card, it was fine with just blue. with the Halloween card. Oh, I wanted that contrast because it's Halloween. We're going to line up back that stencil one more time. Here it is. Bringing on that black ink. Here I'm using that Spellbinders brush, but for the black, I'm going to bring in an older set. This is scrapbook.com brush, freebie. Nothing wrong with a freebie. If that's all that you have, use what you have. You can use a medium-sized brush too, but this is their large blending brush. So they sent this to me. You know how scrapbook.com always gives those fabulous freebies? That's a fun freebie. This was also a freebie too. Hero Arts Intensified Black. I don't think I bought this. It came with something. And I think I bought it in a kit. All right, so now with the black, tap off a little bit because this now gets intense. And blend. And blend. And blend. Same U shape. Same U shape. But you see how now that's even more glowy. You see? Fun, 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 fun. We're going to come down here. Just saw my pet hair. Oh, my dog. My dog is everywhere. She is Miss Shed. She's a rat terrier. She's not supposed to be shedding. She's a short-haired dog, but boy, does she shed. I like it like this. I don't want to sit here blending for days and days. I know some folks love it. Not me. Maybe I'm able to fix this. Let's see. With the black, it might fix it. So let's bring it on and see. But don't worry about it too much. I think it fixed it. Maybe it did. A little bit. See? A little bit, but I can still see it. Easy, right? Very easy. Just practice. It takes a little while to get used to holding that stencil, or you can use your grip mat. I have the grip mat in more than one size. Do I use it? No. I forget to use it. But so true. Look at my fingers. I forget to use it, so I just go like this. I'm used to doing it this way. It's easy for me, but you don't have to do it like this. If it slips on you, then go with what you know. Tape it down. But you see, when you bring in tape, that's the problem. If you're going to tape this down, cut a larger sheet of cardstock and blend out here because this stencil is 9 inches long. So you can cut big and then you can have more area to pick what you're going to cut. Sometimes I'll do it that way, but generally no. Look at that. Then for the bottom, we come back in again and we're just going to blend from the bottom. You can bring in black soot. You don't have to use this ink if you don't want to. Black soot is great for this type of shading, blending. It's always a solid choice. You can come in a little bit more here. Like I can bring it up here just a little bit. And there we go. Yay! Look at the intensity. Oh, you know, I'm using this. All right, now we're going to talk about why do I do this. But let me clean up first. Glass craft mat again. Best friend. It will change how you craft. I know people say it all the time. It's no lie. Glassboard Studio sent me this one, which I'm so glad that they did. I would have bought it anyway. And then I bought more. I love this. Love, love, love this glass craft mat. You notice what I'm doing, right? I'm using it all the way down. Yes, it's Bounty paper towel. It does have a price point. So I like to use it all the way down, every last bit. Then I throw it away, okay? And it cleans up. That isopropyl alcohol would clean up even wet glue. Is so good. All right, I'm done now. At this point, this is where you can also do your splatter. Before I work with it, because this is not an A2, I will bring on my favorite die set, my Crafty Assistant, Precision Layering A2. There is sets A and B. If you watch my Steals and Deals, I talk about this all the time, plus my regular videos too. 16 dies in each set. Largest die in set A is your A2, 4 1/4, 5.5 inch. Largest die in set B is 1/8 of an inch shorter, okay? Like I said, 16 dies in here. You use this over and over again. And if your budget is tight, get set A only. Put this one in your wish list and then get it on another sale or something like that. This is your Crafty Assistant to give you nice, clean cutting and then also clean edges for your cards. For example, these 2 cards from Kit Club, clean edge, using that largest die right there. So this is why I bring on the die. If I go larger, I'll have more area to pick. So I always do it like this because then I'll pick, do I want it like so? Do I want it like so? Right now, my eyes are liking it like so. Sometimes I like it like this too. I'll push it up high and I want this, or I want this part centered. You see how you get options once you start bringing on the die and then you get to frame it instead of cutting it with a trimmer? Think of this like a grid that you can then see what you're picking. You could pick it like so, but I like it like this. That's just my habit. but you could start it here too if you wanted to go longer. So you could start off with a bigger sheet. If you're doing this for the first time, I would go much larger and then blend it out, not beyond the 9 inches, but I would then go maybe 7 inches wide, maybe 7 inches tall. Just blend and get the feel for it. Then bring on the dye and you'll see what I'm saying. When you do it 7 by 7, you'll be like, oh, I see what she's saying. I like how it looks here, better than here, better than here. And that's what I do with this. If I wanted to have a smaller layer, let's say I was doing an inside panel. So I could come in like so. And then I have a small image. I would then pick it differently too. I would possibly go like this. Now, sometimes when I'm going smaller like this now, that's when I'll come into this one and have that same valley dip right there. If you want to have fun, you could cut this and cut this and then pop this up, have this in the back and have the clouds blend with your layers. I might do that for a card then because I have this done. That'd be fun too. I'm giving you all sorts of ideas, but you see what I'm saying? So I'm going to do that then for my next card using this. So you'll see it. I'm going to hold these outside of the pack because I just showed it to you. So come back and watch that. Crafters, please give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful. And I know a lot of you loved the whole starry night or the spooky night. This is how I did it. Very easy with a few products. So here is the first time I did it with that beautiful, this is the cardstock that you need, Celestial. If you have Spellbinder's older essential cardstock, budget is tight, partly cloudy will also work too, okay? So partly cloudy will have a little bit more gray than this, so it will look a hair different than what you're seeing here. Keep that in mind, but maybe that's what you want. Mix, match, and play. These are the winners right here. Nimbus, Dark Night, Altenew Fresh Dye ink. Any black will do, any black dye ink. If you use Distress Oxide, then you're going to get a powdery finish. I'm loving it with the dye ink. It will look completely different with Distress ink. Oxide, not Distress ink, but Distress Oxide. Keep that in mind. So if I was to use Distress ink, I would go with full Distress ink, the older ink, and then Distress Oxide. I know it's going to look different. It's going to be more lighter. Everything is going to be lighter and powdery looking. I prefer the depth and the drama here for Santa and here for my cute little card with the new spinner. Isn't that fun? Also fun to use is Spellbinder's large blending brush. This one does go on sale from time to time as well. To clean this brush, I do the same thing, crafters. I have Bounty paper towel. Sometimes I'll wipe. If it's clean like this, I'll leave it, let it dry, and then reuse it again until it's done. And then spray some of that isopropyl alcohol and come on in like so. This is how I do it, okay? I think Waffle Flower said we shouldn't use isopropyl alcohol on our blending brushes, but Gina K said to use it. Kind of liking Gina K. I don't like washing these things. They just don't come back to be the same when you wash them with soap. Never come back to be the same. So I like using the isopropyl alcohol, take off that layer, you see? So that's the tutorial, guys. Everything will be detailed and linked below. This, the blending brush, black ink, you can just use any one of that, but this is the main one I want you to get. And of course, the stencil. Let's not forget the bouncy side, but depending on what you're working with, you do get 2 of them. And I love the length. Use this in the beginning to your advantage. Practice larger. Do yourself the favor. First time I did this, it was bad. First time I did it, I was like this. Don't make the mistake of doing 8 layers here. It's better to go wide. 4 or 5 layers, done. Don't go into 7, 8 layers. It's going to look weird. It's going to look like too many weird clouds. Clouds don't come like this together. But if you make the mistake, because I did it, do it again and go bigger. Just please do yourself the favor. Don't do this on an A2 panel. Go larger. Just for your sanity. If you make a mistake, you can then still use the piece instead of having to start over again and be like, I just wasted the paper. You could probably blend the back too if you make a mistake. Just go bigger and then pick where you want and then use a dye. A foundation dye is great. Even if it's an arch foundation dye, it's still great because you can still work it. Alrighty, crafters, that is it. Like I said, everything will be detailed and linked below. Thanks so much for watching. Until the next video, stay crafty, my friends. Bye!